What's up, everybody? Mr. Dad here from Positive Vibes Art for Kids. I just wanted to take a minute to thank you for watching our videos. If you've taken a moment to, I really appreciate it. Alice and I have been working hard to try to build our content up to help be as effective and efficient for you as possible. We've been working a lot lately, so it's been hard for us to get some drawings in, but this week I'm really going to hammer some out. So if you have the time and you're really interested in learning how to draw, make sure that you check out our channel, like the videos that we're posting, give us some comments. We always love to hear from you, and make sure to subscribe because we're always putting new stuff out there and we'd love for you to see it. So, yep, on to this drawing now, guys. Thanks again, and we'll talk to you soon. What's up, guys? Good afternoon. Happy Monday and all that jazz. It's Positive Vibes Art for Kids coming back at you here. We are going to do a Pokemon drawing today, which is going to turn out awesome. And the Pokemon we're going to be drawing is Bulbasaur. And it is going to turn out awesome. So let's get right to it, you guys. I was going to start out with Pikachu, but I figured a lot of people do Pikachu, so we can do Bulbasaur first. I'll probably do some other ones. This one's definitely a little trickier, but I think we can get through it. So, as usual, we start out with a pencil. Makes it easy to sketch your drawing, and then we come through with something like a Sharpie or a marker and outline it, and then from there we can color it in. So let's see here. Bulbasaur has got a head that's a little taller, but kind of like rounded. More like a tall oval, just like the last couple drawings we've been doing. So if you start out with a shape kind of like this right here, kind of almost like a circle, but a little bit like you squished it. So just like that. And then what you want to do is just kind of bring these parts in a little bit, like kind of like an upside down triangle, so it's a little sharper there, because his bottom jaw is a little bit sharper. And then from there you just take right where this starts to come up, you draw straight up like this over this top of the head here, just a little bit like that there, and then bring it down right into the top of the head like this. Okay, now we keep this, bring it over. What you want to do now is come in just a little bit right there. So you just dip in a little bit and then get right back onto this line here for the circle. Most of the drawings I've done so far have been profile view or straight on views. This one's a little bit different because it's 3/4, which means that the image is turned just a little bit, so you're not looking straight at him. Say this is like a portrait view, or like straight at it. The way we're drawing now is like that, which is 3/4. So you're seeing it kind of at an angle, which makes it a little bit trickier. So, but what you see here so far, we started off with that circle, we sharpen the jaw just on the bottom, right? And we come right off that edge, create this line up just over the top of the head and bring it back down so we get the ear. So now we've got the bottom jaw, the side of the head, and the ear. The top of the head comes across just a bit to about here, and then we did that little sweep in right there. But this was still part of the circle, so all we really did was cut in just a little bit on the circle and then right back onto the line here. So we can get rid of that there just a little bit if you feel like it. And then what we want to do here is create the second ear, and all it is a triangle, and it basically is going to be as tall as this one. So you just go like that. See? Easy, easy, easy. Easy, guys. Say it with me now. Easy. So, right there, we've already got a good start to this Bulbasaur. And guys, if I start moving too fast or there's something that's taking you a little longer to get together, just pause the video for a second and get it where you want it to be. See, you can even see me right now kind of making adjustments and erasing stuff. That's the cool thing about a pencil, is it's not permanent right away. It gives you a chance to finesse your image. Pause the video, get where you need to be, and then as soon as you're comfortable, just turn it right back on and we can just keep going, you know? It's very, very easy. So, the next part here, we're going to start with his body. We're going to get the general shapes in, and then we'll come in and we'll draw the face. Alright guys, once you get to this part here, you're going to want to create the legs. So what you should do is basically come down off this line on the ear here, come to about here, and then draw a line out, and then a line down like this. And this line, this bend here should kind of but should line up with the bottom of the head. So bring it out, and as soon as it gets to that line, then you can bring it down like this and around. He's got real rounded arms, and bring it up so it kind of looks like that there. Then you will come from the bottom of the jaw here into the arm. So he's got this shape. It's his arm coming down. This is front, like shoulder, and then arm. This is his underbody. And then from there, you want to do an arm coming straight down. I'll bring it out a little more. It's a little more slanted. And then up. So it kind of looks like that right there. It's like his power leg. Got the power leg going on for kicking soccer balls and stuff. You're fighting the Squirtles, Jigglypuffs, Charmanders, all that jazz. Alright, so guys, look. Now once you get this together, all you have to do is create the back leg and his back, which comes out, I would say about off the head here, comes out like this. And then you just want to round it. Once you get to this area again, just start kind of rounding straight down like this, and his leg basically comes up into this other arm here. So you just sketch until you get it where you want it. I think I made it a little wide there. So yeah, something kind of like that works. Like I said, guys, this one's a little trickier. So you might have to work a little more at it, but once you get it down, you'll be having fun drawing it. So yeah, we can kind of lighten this up a little bit there. So you basically get a shape like that. What you do want to do though is his back leg. You basically just put a little half or quarter circle right here. This is his very back leg behind these other ones. So you're not going to see it as much as the other legs because they're not prominent or forward. So, alright, so we got an outline. We got a general outline here, which is nice. Now what we can do is come in and put a little face on him. Little face. He basically has these little upturns, and it comes straight across here. You can see here's his cheek there, so you can tell kind of where the line comes across. And then he has this little mouth. Kind of got a cute little smile, but you know, if it came down to it, he's handling some business. He does not mess around. And then he's got little white tusks or fangs. Call them fangs. Not so much tusks. And then his eyes. This one's going to be bigger than his other one because it's a 3/4 view and you can see it a little more. And basically where his mouth comes up is where you want to start this eye. And it really is just, yeah, pretty big eye here. So you want to do a half of an oval like that. Put a little bit of a bend to the bottom there, gives it like a rounded shape, and then you come up right here like this, and then a circle right in the middle. Alright, so, and then this other one's going to be back here. You could run it kind of on this line here. So you put this other one, you want to start it pretty much on the other side of his tooth, and then where his mouth kind of comes up here. And it's a little bit smaller just because it's a little bit further away from us. With him being turned away, this is further than this is closer. So that's definitely how we got to draw it to keep it in proportion. So we get this little eye right here. And guys, if you try this once and you don't get it perfect or the way you want it, try drawing it again and again until you get it exactly how you want it. That's how you get good at drawing. You don't give up the first time you try it and it's not super easy for you. There's a lot of stuff that I draw that I have to draw it more than once because it gets easier and easier every time. Alright guys, I'm putting these little specks on his face right now. These are kind of his markings that are in his skin. We'll be able to define these out a little bit better when we color them because they're different colors. But we're just going to put them in right now. So he's got one you can see right here on his leg. Real prominent. Like that. Then he's got another one here on this arm. Kind of comes out right underneath this belly line. And then rounds up like this. So yeah, then he's got what, one more right up in here. Kind of like dinosaur marks or something. Looks like a green giraffe. One right here, kind of got this strange little shape to it. We got one over here, and we have one more little one, looks like a little watermelon seed or something. Alright guys, now he has some sharp claws, so they're pretty much just triangles. What I would say is draw like a half circle like this, 3 of them, because he has 3 claws on each foot, and then just draw little spikes coming off like that. So 1, 2, 3, and then just spikes. Back here you see one of them, you don't see all of them, and they're a little smaller than these guys because it's further, it's recessed is what it's called. We got 1, 2, and then this one's coming out from back here. So basically got them going on like that. Now the last thing guys that we need to do is put his little cannon on his back. So what I do with this is I start kind of right, well, I would say start here and just draw a line straight out, and then from there you can just draw all these up to this line, because this one comes up here, starts right off the top of the ear here, right, and then comes up. And then this one starts like right in the center of this mark. But if you draw a line in between both of those, then it's really easy to kind of know exactly where you want to go to. And then these ones out, he's got another set. They basically follow this same line here, just right outside of it. Starts wider here, and then probably even wider than that, right down here. And then as it gets closer to this point, it gets thinner. That gets thinner. And then it stays below this point right here. This point is more prominent than this one. And you do the same thing on this side. You come from about right here, like this, then sketch it in to about right there, just like that. And that, my friends, is a good start to our Bulbasaur. What I'm going to do now, guys, is just time lapse the marker art, the outlining. I'm going to go through that a little bit quicker so you don't have to sit there and wait for me to do it. As soon as I get that done, I'll get out my colored pencils or my markers. Look at all these pretty colors I picked for this one. And then we will go for it. We're going to color it. We're going to make it look awesome. And we will have achieved a Bulbasaur drawing. So give me just a moment, guys. I'm going to fire through this thing and then we'll color. So yeah, just 1 minute. All right, we got through the outlining process. Now we're going to erase out all these pencil marks that we got in here. Clean the image up just a little bit here. And shake it off. All right. Look at that, looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Now you guys notice I use a smaller pen for the teeth. Sometimes it's easier to get your little detail in with a pen that's smaller than something like a Sharpie, which is what I'm using. And then there's little lines in between the toes here you gotta get in, but it's easier to do with the tinier pen. So that is how we are gonna do that. Okay, so he is a lot of green, and we're gonna do a couple different shades here today. So what we'll do, check this out. Let me see. Let me look here. Just gonna grab a darker green, because there's a dark spot here, kind of shadowy spot right here. So we will start with this green here, like that. That's where this is in front of this, so we put a little shadow there. Basically just kind of shadow it, and do the same thing here, just on this edge. Do a little bit of a darker green. Just gonna layer these colors. So then we can go to our next green. You see they're kind of, let me show you. See, look, we got like a dark, a medium, and a light. So that's like shadow, medium tone, light tone. So if you do it this way, then it gives a little bit of a idea like it's rounded, which this is definitely a rounded object here. So we'll do that just right off the edge of the last green that we put down, like this. Guys, make sure you are leaving me comments letting me know if what I'm doing here is helpful, or if there's something you think I could do that would make this easier for you that I'm not noticing. Because I definitely like to draw, but I've not taught people how to draw too often, so it's something I'm kind of learning how to show people instead of just doing it the way I would normally do it and not having to explain it. So this here, what we're doing is creating this rounded shape here. You want to do this with your medium green. We won't do any dark in this front one, just the medium green and the light. And you just want it to kind of round in like that, and then we'll leave this little space right here. We'll put a highlight there, which this is our highlighting tone. So what we do now, it's our brightest green, is we put the brightest green there. Same thing on this side, and that's what I mean, like layer it. But you can see it looks like it goes from dark to medium to light, and it gives it more of a rounded look. So let's just fill this stuff in here with this booger green. I think this is booger green. Alice has those scented Crayola markers. I'm sure there's a booger green in there, and it probably stinks. Probably stinks like some serious boogers. Alright guys, the next part that we can do is going to be the mouth and the eyes. He's got these really cool red eyes. They're like kind of go from like a purple to a red if you really look at them. It's almost like a black, but I'm just going to do a purple. So I'm going to take this purple right here and this red, and we're going to do the eyes with those. And his eyes are like half purple, so the top half is darker like this. So you just want to kind of bring it to about there. The same thing on this side, bring it to about there. Okay, and then take your red and then just bring the red up into it. So it's kind of like that. And I'll tell you what, this Bulbasaur's colors are really cool. It gives you a chance to kind of have fun, you know? And his tongue, same thing. The top half of it's purple because it's shadowed. So you do the top half here, like this deeper tone, like a purple. Because his top lip here, inside his mouth, the shadow is getting cast in there. So the further back it goes, the darker it is, the less light's getting in there. And as it comes closer to like the tip of his tongue here, you will use a lighter color. So we got this pink. See? And it makes it look like there's depth into his mouth, which is really cool. I think it is. I think it's pretty neat the way that that works. Alright guys, now check this out. I got these 3 blues here. These 3 blues, and we're gonna color him with these 3 blues. He's kind of got like a bluish green tint to him. It's hard for me to find markers that are identical to his color, so I'm just gonna do the best that I can with what I got, which is what we do sometimes, you know. So this, you go from here to here, and then just fill it in. And this is a shadow. We're gonna color in all the shadows first. So this is where his upper body is casting a shadow onto his lower body. And this is where his head is casting a shadow down. He's actually got a shadow all this area. So this whole area will color a shadow, which we're doing again a dark, medium, and light with the blues. And then he's got a shadow that covers this whole area right here also. Like it does like a loop right here like this. So you can just draw that shape in and then just fill it like that. He might come out a little bit more colorful or a little bit differently colored than he normally is, but like I said, finding these colors that are perfect is kind of tricky. Alright guys, now the next part is you just fill them in. What you want to do though is leave all those spots open. Anywhere where there's a spot where we drew those little spots in, leave them open, because we're going to put a different color in there. So let's see here. What's up, Bulbasaur? You're looking good. You ready to fight? Who'll be Team Ash? Who's Team Ash? Who is Team Rockets? I don't think anybody, because those guys are goofy. Most people are not Team Bad Guy. So, let me just get the head now. Guys, if you want to try drawing some other ones, you just use the same method. Just pull up an image of a Pokemon that you like. Look at it and see what kind of shapes you got. Usually the head's round, so you can draw in your general shape for a circle for the head and all that stuff, and just break your picture up till it becomes easy, and then just use your pencil and your eraser to get rid of the stuff you don't need and keep the stuff you do, and before you know it, you will have a whole collection of Pokemons. I think the next one I want to do is, I might do Jigglypuff next, just because it's a really kind of easy to do. It's just like he's like just circles, and I think that it'd be fun. It wouldn't be super challenging and be more like easy. Something like what we're doing here is a little bit more tricky. So yeah, if you want, you could even put a little shadow there and a little shadow in the eye right here. If you felt like being brave, I just colored the white in there. So then there's one right here, just like that, guys. Now all we gotta do is get these spots colored in, and those are more like, it's called periwinkle. It's kind of like a gray blue. So we'll just color those in, and then we will put a little bit of background on them and call it good. Guys, if you try drawing these, please send me a picture of them. I'd really like to see see how informative these videos are, if they're getting you through these activities or not, so that we can work on making them better if we need to, or creating, here, what color should we do? Creating the best videos we can. That's what we want to do. Alright, so he is at a Pokemon match, and the ground is dry. It's lava. The ground is lava. And behind him we have a volcano, and it is erupting as we speak. It's shooting lava out. There's a Pokemon battle going on in the middle of a volcanic eruption, and it's running down the mountain and onto the Pokemon battle arena. But Bulbasaur does not care, because he is going to win this battle. Let's get some gray clouds in there. He is determined to fight through the volcano. Who's he fighting? Probably Pidgeotto or something. Probably one of those guys. But he's kind of looking back at that volcano right now like, I don't even care. There's a volcano going on. You know what? We're going to make it a double threat. We are also going to put, these are my storm clouds here, because usually around volcanoes there's storm clouds. We are going to do, in the background here, a tornado coming down. So he's fighting through, right now through a volcano and a tornado. And to top it all off, guys, there is lightning striking all around. So it's a full-blown danger zone right now. But you know what? He's determined. He does not quit. He's going to hang in there, and he is going to win no matter what. And if he doesn't win, he's going to get up and he's going to try again. Because that's how you succeed, guys. Never give up. Alright. Guys, if you like this video and you want to practice drawing this Bulbasaur, feel free to give it a go as many times as you need to. Try it until it's as perfect as you'd like it to be. Look up pictures of Bulbasaur on the internet. There's so many pictures, guys. The internet's such a useful source. Ask your parents first before you go on there, obviously. You don't want to do that without talking to them, but have them look some up for you, and then just visualize the image and see kind of how it's broken down and draw it yourself. Definitely hit that like button, guys, if you like what you see here. Leave comments for us and subscribe. As I've already said, we definitely want you to join our little art family here. So guys, I hope you have a nice day, and I will talk to you soon. Keep those vibes positive, alright? Take care.